This swing trading strategy is an absolute game changer, and it will allow you to catch those major pivots for those big volatile swings in the markets. And this is a very, very simple strategy. Anybody can trade this way. This is the strategy that I used to open up this $500,000 long trade on Bitcoin back on December 27th, 4 weeks ago, from the exact bottom of this Bitcoin range, and we did hit a new high for our take profit, exactly as I laid out was going to happen in this video, based on the strategy that I'm about to share with you right now. So make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, because not only are we sharing the juiciest trading strategies with you, we are calling these market moves before they happen. You do not want to miss these updates. We are very close right now to 200,000 subscribers. We're at 111K, only 89,000 more to go. We're very, very close. Make sure to subscribe, guys, and let's get into this strategy. This strategy requires two things. And first of all, let me say, I'm showing you this strategy on Bitcoin, but it works on Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks, Forex, whatever you want to trade. But I'm going to be showing you examples on Bitcoin because I primarily use this strategy to trade Bitcoin. The two things we are going to need is, number one, the 4-hour time frame, and number two, an indicator called Market Cipher B. Now, this is a premium indicator. It means you do have to pay money to use the indicator. In my opinion, it's absolutely worth it. Now, I do have an affiliate link, but I do not care if you use my affiliate link or not. Trust me, I do not care at all. The reason I use Market Cipher is because this thing has worked for me for many, many years before I was making YouTube content to make me a lot of money. And I've spent a lot of time studying this indicator, learning how it works, and I'm about to share with you something very, very powerful about catching these major swings, like the exact bottom right here, the exact top right here, the exact bottom all the way back here on September 11th. These are all swing trades I've taken on Bitcoin based on the strategy that I'm about to share with you right now. So first of all, let's discuss what exactly is swing trading. Swing trading is looking for the major swings in the market. From swing high, we like to short, down to a swing low, where we like to look for a long. So how do we determine what is high and what is low? Well, very simply put, we're going to identify sideways ranges in the market, because most of the time, bear or bull market, price is trading sideways. A great example of that is the last bull market. You can identify areas of sideways range, and then we have very big moves to the upside, but then we put in a sideways range, big moves to the upside, sideways range, big moves to the upside. Then we start to see these big sideways ranges forming, right? Sideways range right here in January 2021, and then a sideways range right here in the spring of 2021, a sideways range right here in the summer of 2021. Then we get this sideways range coming in right around here, sideways range up here when Bitcoin hits its all-time high. And then in the bear market, what do we get? We get these sideways ranges where the price is simply oscillating between the highs and the lows. These are the areas where we want to be looking for our swing trades. Our swing trades should be thought of or planned for basically longing from the lows of these sideways ranges and shorting from the highs of these sideways ranges. So what I want you to do on your own chart for whatever asset you're looking to trade is open up the chart and just draw boxes around the sideways ranges that you see historically, because this will really help you get an idea of what to look for and where to look for this trading strategy as I go on with this video. And we can really see throughout the entirety of this last move to the upside in 2023, early 2024. Primarily, we've got the sideways range, the sideways range, the sideways range right here. Again, a little sideways range up here, but really we could look at this as a giant sideways range right here, right? Ranges within ranges. Go back and do this exercise, because this is going to be the foundation of everything else that we touch on in this video. All right, so now that we know how to identify sideways ranges in the past, how do we identify the ranges in the present? If we were to come to a chart right now and want to look for some swing trades using this strategy, what would we do? Well, whenever the Bitcoin price or whatever asset you're trading breaks out of one range and then makes a new high or a low, this is now going to be the new boundary of the range. So if we're in an uptrend and price breaks out of the sideways range and makes a new high, you immediately want to mark out that level as the new range high. All right, the new range high. And then as soon as the price makes a low, a nice pivot right down here, you want to mark this out as the new range low. Now, as this is happening in real time, you might first have this be the range low when we make that first low, but eventually when you come to the chart day after day, this is going to now be your range low. And what you are going to do is you are going to use these levels to basically look for your swing trades, where you can just draw a box around these two levels and tell yourself, I am only going to look for long trades if we come down toward the low of the range into this box, and I'm only going to look for short trades if we come to the high of the range in this box. Now, we're not even using any fancy tools. We don't need to for this trading strategy because we're dealing with big percent moves, and so we don't have to really be a slave to the chart and like at these exact levels and use these really precise tools. We can just kind of look at the range and tell ourselves, all right, I'm going to set an alert in TradingView right over here. If we come up to our upper box, I'm going to set an alert in TradingView right down here if we come to the lower box. A very relaxed way of trading. Now, if we just cancel out this and take a look at the price action, we can actually see that pretty much if we look for shorts at this box, we would have gotten good trades every single time. If we look for longs at the low of this box, we would have gotten good trades every single time. Even if we get fake outs of the box, once we come back inside the box, it gives a pretty good move. So what is the actual strategy? I'm going to be using, as I said, an indicator called Market Cipher B on the 4-hour. Now, right here, I've actually got two market ciphers pulled up because I just kind of want to strip it down and show you the only two things I care about when we are looking at trades using this strategy. First of all, we're looking at the momentum waves. Okay, the momentum waves are going to be these blue waves. I'm going to turn everything off except for the momentum waves on this top market cipher B. Okay, these are these blue humps, and basically what we're looking for is tops and bottoms. The second thing I'm looking for is going to be the money flow on market cipher B. So I'm actually going to use two indicators. They're both market cipher B, but I'm going to turn off everything except the momentum waves on the top one and everything except the money flow on the bottom one. Now here's how the strategy works. If we come down to our box, right, and we see that the price is making lower lows, but the momentum waves are making higher lows, and the money flow is also making a higher low, this is a long signal. All right, this is a long signal, and this happened right over here. And as you can see, this was a major swing trade that actually gave us the long, the biggest move of this entire range up to that new high, a 20% move to the upside. Now for the short trades, what we want to do is if price is in or on our box, right? As long as it's within the box or above, that's fine. If we see that the price is getting higher and the momentum waves are getting lower, and the money flow is getting lower, this is a swing short signal. And as you can see, this gave us a very, very nice move to the downside of about 20%. So just using these signals alone within this range, we were able to make 20% on the way up and 20% on the way down. Now, a huge shout out to the Casper Crew VIP Discord because we actually gave this swing short setup in advance over here, and as you can see, it was a very, very juicy swing trade that we took from that high. And by the way, guys, if you want to join the Casper Crew, where every single day we have multiple instructors giving their live analysis and trade setups on the chart multiple times a day, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com, click the link to join the VIP Discord. We have a complete beginner's course in here, lots of resources if you want to join the community. And also, if you want to trade Bitcoin and altcoins, I'm trading on ZOOMEX, BingX, and I'm also trading on an exchange called MEXC. MEXC is the best deal on fees you can find. You can also buy many, many different altcoins on here. I did a live stream where I spent $15,000 building an altcoin portfolio, and I was using the exchange MEXC. Links in the pinned comment and description for all of these things if you're interested. Now let's go back in time and back test this strategy. We can go all the way back to the low of Bitcoin, the exact low we made of the bear market. Price made a lower low. Now keep in mind, we had our sideways range here, right? We had our low established right here, and we had our high established right around here. So this is the context of our sideways range that we were trading back then. As the price makes a lower low right here, we can see that the momentum waves are getting higher and the money flow is getting higher. And this is actually how we were able to long the exact bottom of Bitcoin. In fact, if you take a look at this video right here, I literally did take that long trade from the exact bottom of Bitcoin, and it was a setup that we gave in advance. in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we were just looking at the sideways range, and we basically got that move down with the bullish divergences that we were looking for on the 4-hour time frame. That's how we were actually able to long literally the exact bottom. Did we know it was the exact bottom? No, of course I did not know this. But we were able to get that trade simply by using this strategy right here. All right, now fast forward, we come above the top of our sideways range that we have established right here. And what do we have as we put in this high? Well, we have the price making a higher high, and we have the momentum waves making a lower high, and we have the money flow also getting lower over time. This is giving us now the exact pivot at $18,300. Now, look at this, guys. This is something I want to point out. It doesn't matter if the money flow and the momentum waves line up perfectly. As long as you are seeing the downward direction in the momentum waves from a pivot high to a pivot high, and the money flow from a pivot high to a pivot high, they do not have to line up. In other words, we don't have to pull these two lines so that they line up perfectly. As long as you see downward direction on both as the price is getting higher, as we come to our range higher low, that is going to give you your pivot. Now, we did not get a signal right here. We got the momentum waves getting higher, but we did not get the money flow getting higher. Money flow was coming down, so this is a no trade. But check out this one right here. What happens? We established our range low right around here, right? Let's go ahead and draw our line because we made a new low. And then we establish our range high, our new range high right around here, because that's where we made our high. And when we come down to make this low, and again, this is very simple. We're simply just drawing boxes around the areas, right? We don't need any major tools or anything like that. As you come down into this box, what do we see? As we come down, 4-hour momentum waves getting higher, 4-hour money flow ever so slightly, also getting higher. This is giving us now our signal to get into the long trade from $16,300, which then gives us a massive move to the upside, a really massive move. This is also a long trade that I personally did take myself. Now here, the money flow is keeping us out of any shorts, right? Money flow is getting higher the whole time, even though momentum waves are getting lower. So we are not taking any shorts here, right? We're not taking any shorts here. The first short trade that you would take on the 4-hour time frame would have been right here. This would have been an actual short trade right from this wick. And depending on how you trade, maybe you would have gotten stopped out of that trade, right? But if we establish that the range low is at this pivot right here, and that the range high is at this pivot right here, right? It's a small range. And so even though we get a move, it's a smaller move here. So really, we didn't even come down to the low of the range. This one may have been a loss, right? This one may have been a loss if you didn't take an early profit. So let's assume this is a loss, okay? So we've got ourselves 3 massive wins, and we've got ourselves 1 small loss right here using this strategy. Now, the next time we see this strategy is actually, again, right up here. And this one could have either been a loss, or if you took a quick profit, it could have been a small win. Let's assume it's a loss, right? So we have 3 very large wins, and we have 2 very small losses. And then we get that signal again right here, right? Now this one, it actually plays out very, very nicely. This gives us our big move to the downside. So we've got 3 huge wins. Now, I'm sorry, 4 wins, 2 small losses. And when we come to the low right here, what do we get? We get the price making a lower low. We get the momentum wave making a higher low. And we get the money flow getting higher as we make that lower low, giving us the signal to get a massive pump to the upside right here, completely negating those 2 losses, right? So we've got all these 20% gains. We have these few small percent losses. Obviously, the wins are outweighing the losses using this strategy, all right? We don't have anything up here because money flow is getting thicker. Money flow is getting thicker. We don't have anything down here. So we wouldn't have taken any trades using this strategy in this entire area. Right here, we technically have an entry right up here. So again, this one, depending on how quick you take profit, you had to get out in 4 hours. Let's assume it's a loss. So we have another very small loss up here after these massive wins. This one also would have given you another small loss. Now remember, we're shorting in a massive uptrend here, okay? So if you're just waiting for these entries alone and you're doing it with good risk management, you're taking these small losses, but the wins are absolutely massive, okay? This one here, we would have not taken a trade. we would have not taken a trade. Let's see, where's the next trade that we would have taken? Not this, not this, not this. Okay. All right, so June 15th, look at this. We come down, we make the low, money flow and momentum getting higher over time. Bam, look at that. A massive, juicy long trade right up here. Okay, so again, let's say we're risking 1% per trade, which I recommend you do, right? Risk 1% per trade. If you're losing 1% every loss, and you're making here, let's say, I mean, this is crazy, right? Like these percentage gains on this swing trade are absolutely insane. So let's say you're risking 1% per trade, right? And you're shooting for the range highs here, right? So we're assuming, we'll assume for this video, right, that if the trade doesn't reach the range low or high, that it's a loss, right? If we can't hit our range high like we got right here, or if we can't hit our range low like now we have right here, we consider that trade a loss. So let's say, yeah, we just lost 2 trades, so we lost 2%. Now we just made 10%. So we're up net 8%, even though we lost 2 trades in a row, right? So these wins are far outweighing our losses. Far outweighing our losses. And then we come up to the top, and right up here, what do we get but the signal to go ahead and take that short trade. So look at this. I mean, this is absolutely insane right here. We catch the exact top of this move, and bam, we get a massive move to the downside. So again, we've got it right here, that 10% move to the upside. Well, not a 10% move, but basically making 10% on your account. And then again, we make, depending on where you get your entry in here, we could make anywhere from, 4 to 8% on the way down. So we're like up 18, 19% just from these 2 trades, even having taken a few losses. And all the losses are basically shorting in a massive uptrend, right? And then we come down here on September 11th. What do we get? The price makes that lower low, and then the momentum wave and the oscillator and the money flow makes a much higher low right here. And boom, this is like the chance to buy the bottom before the most massive pump of all of 2023 until we come up to our current range, right? So this trade right here would have really negated all of those losses that we would have taken, right? This is an absolutely insane trade. I mean, we would have looked to take profit after a 21% move, but if we had let some ride, we're talking a 70% gain right here. If we had risked 1% of our total account on this trade, we would have made 20%. So we're up like 40% right now based on 3 trades. We have about 5 losses, and I don't know how many wins because I lost count, but you can tell the wins are far more than the losses, and the percent moves are absolutely insane when we wait for this strategy, right? So just a year of trading, only this strategy, the entire year of 2023, we could be up like almost 100% on our entire account if we're risking 1% of our stack per trade. And yeah, the trades don't happen all the time. What do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got like 15 trades in a year, but those 15 trades are all we need to double the account, and we're using good risk management, and that's absolutely insane. Doubling your money in a year is absolutely crazy, especially if all we need to do is use one time frame with 2 indicators to do so. Now, this video does not go into risk management and how to actually set up your position size with your stop loss and your take profits. That goes beyond the scope of this video, but I'm assuming you already know those things, and it's very easy to learn those things on the internet for free on my channel, other channels, or you could take a course. It doesn't even have to be my course. These things are very easy to learn. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell. May God bless everybody. In the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Peace.